Tim Walz has this great habit of just getting under MAGA's skin. Of course, we know he drives the folks at the Fox propaganda outlet crazy, especially Jesse Waters, who we covered just the other day. We know he infuriates Donald Trump, who has now started calling him a loser. I think that's a title that you should say for yourself. But there's another member of the Trump administration who is a fan, not a favorite on this show, who is now furious with Tim Walz. That is Karoline Leavitt, who was asked about Walz during a press conference, and her answer really revealed how upset she is with them, and we are going to get into all of that. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really does mean a lot to me. Now, of course, there have been a lot of reasons for conservatives to be so upset with Tim Walz calling them out, but I think the best one was his most latest town hall, which happened last night, and I want to take a look.
But I am here to criticize that you need to do your damn job if you're going to have this. You need to meet with people. And few things. They're like, well, Governor, you have another job. They're worried what I'm doing on Saturdays. I just want to be clear. The folks up at the Capitol on the other side of the aisle need to worry what their members are doing on the weekend, not what I'm doing on the weekends. That's what they need to do. But the reason I feel so passionate, and I know there's some of you out there, I stood on this very stage in September of 2009 to a packed house. Many people who were unhappy because we were debating health care and the ACA, and I did a 3-hour town hall moderated by Republican Senator Dave Durenberger, and we stood on this stage and took all questions about the ACA. Now, the reason I had no problem doing this, and the reason that I am convinced they don't want to do these town halls, because I was proud to defend the right to expand health care. I was proud to stand on the ACA. I think it would be a lot harder for them to stand on this stage and defend cutting Medicaid, gutting our public schools, threatening Social Security. This space is available to face all of you. Your congressman needs to come here and tell us why it is okay for, tell us why. Tell us why. If you again, there is nothing personal, and you're not asking anything. Here's the thing. If what Elon Musk is doing is so wonderful, stand here and get cheered for it. Stand here and get cheered for it. If you think that getting rid of the Department of Education and putting our children, if I could ask on this, all of those folks in here who have or are or have someone in their family who's teaching public schools, raise your hand, let us know. Yeah. And all of you who've had a child that has benefited from that, and those of us like Gwen and I who have benefited the incredible work that our teachers do with students who need a little extra help and who have an IEP and have the ability to get it. That's right. So, this is not about protest. This is not about resistance. This is about democracy. You were elected under Article 1 of the Constitution. You appropriate the dollars as a member of Congress. Why in the hell would you give away your power and let an unelected official make those decisions? That's right. Don't give it away. So for all of you, and I don't know, I said this, I heard it, and we're doing these because I heard it and people talking to me as we watch what's going on, and it's like a slow motion train wreck in front of us happening, and understanding it's our responsibility, and people were screaming, do something, and do something. And let's be very clear, people are doing something. You're showing up on this beautiful first day of fall spring number 3 to be here. You came, you could be doing stuff, but you came here because you know that's what you can do. And so for elected officials, you don't get to say, well, we're not in the majority, we really can't do anything. That's not good enough.
I just love that he is unapologetically a hater. Like, he doesn't care. I always reference the few days after the election was called, Tim Walz gave a speech talking about the race he ran, talking about how we need to fight back in the future. And still, in a moment that I don't want to call his lowest, because losing that election is not the end of Tim Walz's political career, and it's certainly not the end of the fight. But in certainly a disappointing moment, he was mocking J.D. Vance. He just decided he was going to crack a couple of jokes about J.D. Vance being unable to order a donut. I love that about Tim Walz. I love that he's always fighting back. I love that he's having a little bit of fun with it. But clearly Karoline Leavitt does not, because after she was asked about Tim Walz mocking the co-president, she was pretty upset.
One more on Tesla, Karoline. Tim Walz, Governor Walz, saying last night he frequently checks Tesla stock. In doing so, to quote, give me a little boost during the day. How should Americans view politicians who take pride in the downfall of an American car company?
I think that's quite sad, but I think Governor Walz unfortunately is living a sad existence after his devastating defeat on November 5th.
I wonder who Leavitt feels like she has to fight back for more. I've been seeing all these Republicans really just debase themselves for Elon in a way that, like, it almost feels like they haven't ever done so before for Trump. I don't know if you saw the photo of Ted Cruz outside the White House with just like a Tesla. Like a Tesla. It's just a car. And he's like, and I think the caption was something along the lines of like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. It was just a car. And I'm surprised it hadn't blown up yet. But that's the coolest thing you've ever seen? Really? The way these people debase themselves is just like, it's just so sad. These are leaders? Really? This is how they behave? Ugh. Especially for that guy. Things aren't going too well for Elon, so I'm sure he really appreciates the Republican support because he's not even getting it from within his own company, as Rachel Maddow broke down right here.
They called this all-hands meeting for every employee of the company. For 9 p.m. last night. They scheduled it as a live stream event on Twitter, which is owned by Mr. Musk. The live stream promptly crashed and shut down for about half an hour. They eventually apparently got it restarted, whereupon Mr. Musk got online with his employees at his car company, and he begged his employees to not sell their stock in Tesla, which many Tesla executives and board members have recently done. He told his employees that things were about to become immeasurably better, unimaginably better. Quote, what's the most exciting future that you could possibly imagine? Quote, a future of abundance for all, where you could literally just have anything you want. Elon Musk explained to his employees that these unimaginably good times are right around the corner. He told Tesla employees, literally, quote, hang on to your stock. He told them there are times when there are rocky moments, a little bit of stormy weather, but I'm here to tell you the future is bright and exciting. He also told them that they should feel good about these reassurances from him and definitely not sell their stock the way his executives and board members have been. They should really feel good about his assurances about the future because he has such a good track record of his predictions coming true. He explained this to his employees last night. Which occasions, I feel like it's only fair, just a reminder of what his predictions have actually been like over time. This, for example, was Elon Musk speaking in 2017.
I think we're still on track for being able to go cross-country from LA to New York by the end of the year, fully autonomous.
Okay, so a car, by the end of the year, you're saying someone's going to sit in a Tesla without touching the steering wheel, tap in New York, off it goes, won't have to ever touch the wheel by the end of 2017.
Yeah, essentially November or December of this year, we should be able to go from, all the way from a parking lot in California to a parking lot in New York, no controls touched at any point during the entire journey.
Amazing.
Imagine if you were in the audience at that event, looking back now in 2025 and realizing that you might have been one of the people who applauded that. Did you buy stock too? Yeah, I love the part where he's like, November, maybe December. Like he thinks it's speaking in 2017. He's like, by November, might be December, but then we'll have it. This was in the following year, in 2018, saying, yeah, actually rescheduled. Now it's going to happen by 2019.
I think probably by end of next year, self-driving will encompass essentially all modes of driving and be at least 100 to 200% safer than a person by the end of next year. We're talking like maybe 18 months from now.
So that was him in 2019 saying, no. That was him saying it would all be done by 2019. This was him in 2019 saying, no, maybe it'll be done by 2020. But by then, it's not going to be your own car. By then, it's going to be taxis. The taxis are going to be driving themselves by 2020.
I feel very confident predicting autonomous robo-taxis for Tesla next year.
Autonomous robo-taxis for Tesla next year by 2020. Luckily, by the time none of these things came to pass, when he said they would come to pass, none of us cared because as of then, meaning as of now, we're all living on Mars.
I think if things go according to plan, we should be able to launch people probably in 2024 with arrival in 2025.
Again, like, he's just doing the math right there. You see him squint. We're going to be, how long will it take to? 2024, we're going to be shooting people off to Mars, and they'll get there by 2025. Confident. Here it is, 2025. Mars isn't nearly as hot as I thought it would be.
Yeah, if you have Tesla stock, I hope you sold it a long time ago. And is it not, like, let's be real at this point. Donald Trump, the night that the New York Times story breaks, that Elon Musk getting access to our most sensitive military documents about a potential war with China. Freaks out, right? That's not happening. That didn't happen. All fake news. Next day, Elon Musk at the Pentagon gets a briefing. They don't say what it's about. Of course, they're denying it all. Later that day, after meeting with the Department of Defense, he's like, guys, things are going to be great. We're getting tons of cash. Like, what? Like, they just couldn't make it more obvious. Hey, I just had a great meeting with the government that I bought. Things are going to be all good. Of course, he has to say something encouraging no matter what, but it's just like, it's clear, it's blatant, it's obvious. They can't even hide it. They're not good at trying. But we are good at calling it out. At least I hope we are. We're trying. At least our fight is good. And we're going to keep trying every single day. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, you drop a blue heart in the comments. Until next time, I'll see you soon.